It's Monday, guys, and here I am with Carmine Bianco and Dave Koken. It's puck time. Hope you're all doing well. Carm, how was your weekend, brother?
Weekend was good. 2-1 day yesterday in the NHL. I didn't stay up to watch the end of that Blues one. I was just way too tired. Winner in soccer with Sevilla over Manchester City in the semifinals of the Europa League. Another play up today. A couple in the NHL and a 5% play in the NHL for tomorrow. So I'm pumped and ready to go,
Koken,
man.
how are you, buddy? What's going on in Vegas? And did you win a whole lot of money?
Well, I'm winning a whole lot. The weekend was kind of back and forth. The baseball's been tremendous. Lost a tough one in the NHL yesterday with the Flames. Yeah, what are you going to do? 12 seconds left in regulation, and then they lost the game in the overtime. The bitch for me was I'll go on a rant tomorrow on the golf show.
I need a second.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is where inexperience kills a guy. I had Siwoo Kim as one of my outrights this weekend, and I don't play a lot of outrights. So, 41-1, and he leads by two. He leads by two going into the final round. He's playing okay. Fifth hole, he had some really bad luck on the par 5 fifth hole. If he hits the ball maybe a foot farther, he's looking at an eagle putt and a makeable eagle putt. But instead, it rolled off the green. He did manage to make par in the hole, but it was a big disappointment. And then he did something really stupid on the next hole, which is a tight par 4. He takes out the driver, and Nick Faldo, who was doing the analysis on CBS, said, well, I don't know about this decision. His thought was, just hit the iron, keep it in the fairway, don't make a big mistake. Hit the driver, lost the ball, 2-stroke penalty.
That was that.
And, he hung around in contention, but that was the end. I said, that's it, he's done. And that's when you have a 22 or 23-year-old, they make rash errors, rash judgments, and it really killed him, and it killed me as well. And to compound things, Nick Borman had Billy Horschel as an outright, and he loses by 1. So we were both really locked in and didn't get paid, and tremendous long shot won the tournament. That's the way it goes on that. But catch the golf show tomorrow, because we've really been doing quite well with our analysis.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Puck Time. Eric Chang, Frank Budd, Michael Lopez, Terry Cocker, John Howard, Bob Hope, Dougie, Katarina.
Bob Hope.
What's up, Dave? Oh, yeah.
Bob Hope is with us?
Bob Hope. We have a guy named Bang Bang, Toma, Richie Rich, Frank Budd. Whole lot of names I haven't seen before, which makes me very, very happy. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. Let us know how the sound is. Dave and I, after Friday's show, worked with our producers on the sound. So I'm hoping it's better. I'm not going into the red anymore, so there shouldn't be a crackle. As well, I had a 2-0 day yesterday. I won my baseball game on the Phillies, and then I won my hockey game on the Flyers. It was an all Philadelphia day. Then I watched the movie Philadelphia. Ate cream cheese, Philadelphia style. Anything else I'm forgetting, Carm, on my idiotic story of puns?
No, you're doing a great job.
Hold the presses. I have my first 5% NHL play in about 10 days. It's up today. It's only $9. Head over to WagerTalk.com. Get my NHL 5% play up, guys. And look, even if you don't want to bet my play, just buy it anyway as a way to, thank us for all the hard work. It's $9. Think of.
Can I jump in for one quick sec?
5% play? Then go, baby.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you purchased the Prez's 5% play last night, log into your account in the next 5-10 minutes and check the analysis. It is being updated as we speak.
Chris at WagerTalk, he likes cheesesteak. How did we get into this thing? We were talking about Philadelphia. Boys, let's go. Game number 1. I should likely bring it up. That would be a very effective strategy. 3 p.m. Eastern. Tampa Bay minus 170 against Columbus Blue Jackets at plus 150. Over and under is 5. And Dave, I'll go to you first. I mean, hard luck for Columbus. They're playing so good against a team that clearly has so much more skill than them. I got to lean towards Columbus here, but like I have said all along, I'm just staying away from this series because I can't rack my head around how good Columbus plays with how little talent they have. And I can't seem to get myself into this series. So I'm a pass. What are you doing, Dave?
Well, I'm not going to be involved in the game, but I would suggest this. If you think Columbus has a decent chance to win today, I wouldn't bet the game. I would bet the series because you can get Columbus at, plus 500 neighborhood, actually a little better than that in the series. And that would be a pretty good position to be in if the series is even at 2 games apiece. You've got all kinds of things you can do to guarantee yourself a profit. So that would be the way I would approach this. If you're looking at the Blue Jackets side. If you're looking at the Lightning side, I guess the move is probably to just play it in regulation and hope it stays out of overtime. Columbus is just really tough to figure, but for the reasons you just said, they outplay their abilities, which probably means we're shorting them in their abilities. But they're just such a sound fundamental team. I can't lay that kind of a price against them. But I do think Tampa's going to win the game today, so it's really a difficult spot for me. But that would be my suggestion: is if you want to take a gamble that Columbus is going to even the series rather than bet them today.
Yeah,
bet the series.
I got a tough time thinking Columbus is going to win this series. Carm, I got no issue with people
Well, it doesn't matter because if you think that's the key. I mean, if you get to 2-2. And you're holding a ticket of more than 5-1. That's
plus
some pretty ample value.
The other way as well, and find yourself with a beautiful middle. No,
right.
I get it, but just in talking about today's game, I mean, I got to think Tampa Bay is going to put the foot down now. Carm, where are you going? Tampa Bay regulation? You have the balls to take Columbus?
No. You would. It's easy to say, Tampa is going to put the foot down. We just it's Columbus, but I will say this, and it's funny because I got I'm not going to say who it was, but because I get a ton of DMs on Twitter. But one guy says to me, he goes, Carmine, you got to stop taking Tampa Bay. They're not who you think they are. Well, I think they're one of the best teams in the NHL. It's just a very tough matchup for them with Columbus and Korpisalo standing on his head. But I could pick 5 other teams in the East right now that are in the playoffs that if they were matched up with Tampa would be up 3-0 in the series. This is just a very tough matchup for him. And Korpisalo is just standing on his head. If you're betting, I honestly believe if you're betting on Columbus, you're just betting on Korpisalo because the minute this guy becomes a regular goalkeeper instead of the Superman that he's been through the first 3 games, Tampa walks all over them. That's not to say it's going to happen today, but Tampa in regulation time, I think, is the bet for me because it's plus 100. It's even money. So if you like Tampa, that's the way to go. I understand these are all tough, close games that could easily go to overtime, but I'm not going to lay $170 in a series like this. So I'll take my chances with regulation time and even money.
Guys, I just raised my audio a little bit. Keep me posted. We're playing around trying to get the volume right. Dave and I were both in the red last week, and it gave a little bit of a crackling sound. So just let us know. Hey, Matt Carpenter. Yeah, dude, I had a brain cramp. Philly cheesesteak. I get it. I lost my mind. Nice to see you, Gin Rummy, Repo Man, Connor, Sailman. And one of you guys wrote, Prez forever the salesman. Well, yes. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter what you do. Everything comes down to sales, and I just happen to have a big personality, so it comes across like I'm a salesman. But I was also asking for charity donations too. Like if you don't want to play my 5% play for $9, just buy it as a charitable donation. So I go from salesman to philanthropist. Of course, I'm not going to be donating your money to charity. I'm just allowing you to feel philanthropic, if you will. Lots of new guys on here, Carm. Who are all these people? This makes me so happy. Hey, Terrell, how are you, buddy? Matt,
This is great.
You finally stopped screaming into the mic, LOL. Yeah, well, it was... I'm actually still screaming. I just lowered the mic. Carm, we have our first thumbs down. I feel much better now. I feel more balanced.
Yeah, well, the guy who does that normally, his shift at the dollar store started early, so he's got to get out.
That is true. Carm, you and I are spending Wednesday at the pool together. I can't wait.
Yeah, with that in mind, the wife's company has a video conference on Wednesday afternoon now, and she's got to work. They took her day off away from her.
Well, we'll find some time, brother.
But I can still
find
come.
some time.
Yeah.
Okay, boys.
Yeah,
Arizona,
she's not happy
Colorado.
about it.
Dave, this is such an interesting matchup because, you know, it's a tale of 100 shots to 0, a goalie standing on his head, a team getting opportune goals. You ask yourself, can this keep up? Or conversely, you know, has Arizona just not brought their best game, even though they have finally won one? Interesting game, 5.5, minus 185 for Colorado. I got to think Colorado's going to take this game, and I do like the under. I think Arizona's going to struggle to score today, Dave.
Yeah, look, Colorado's established that they are the clearly better team. They've got too much speed. There's just not much to like on the Arizona side in this series. They've been completely outplayed. I would assume Colorado puts Grubauer back in goal today. They were up 2-0 and put the other guy in. He didn't play a bad game, but I think they'll go back to Grubauer. Kemper has been fantastic. Look, he's been fantastic all year for the Coyotes. They had their one dip during the season when he got hurt. And he's healthy again, playing tremendous hockey. And a goaltender can steal games. We saw it yesterday. Boy, we really saw it with Corey Crawford. Awesome. I mean, the Blackhawks just got killed in that game by the Golden Knights. It actually was the best game Vegas has played in the playoffs. And it's the first game they lose. So, you know, go figure. But to me, you still have to handicap the game with what you would consider to be the normal performances of all involved. And that being the case, Colorado's just too good for Arizona, and I just can't see the Arizona Coyotes evening this series.
No, I'm with you there. Carm, what do you like here? I'm with Dave on Colorado, and I really like the under.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. Listen, day in, day out, when I'm looking at these games, it doesn't matter what the sport is, you look at the team that, even in spite of a loss, was the better team, had the advantage in all the metrics, and that's the Avalanche. You look 51 shots on net the last game. Yeah, they lost 4-2, but give me a team that's going to put 50 shots on goal, and at some point that goalie's not going to stand on his ear or his head or whatever body part, and they're going to get in. Avalanche are the class of this series, and I like them in regulation time today. I think they get the job done, put a stranglehold on the series, and then close it out in Game 5.
WagerTalk.com. Same with Dave Koken, and I'm Lawrence Presman. I have a 5% play up tonight at WagerTalk. I have one. I have a 5% play maybe once a week at most, so guys, take advantage of it. Andrew McGinnis pops into the chat room. Nice to see you, my friend. Source King. Roger, so nice of you, dude. Really, really appreciate that. And guys, we are over 50,000 subscribers for our YouTube channel. I honestly don't think you guys know the magnitude of that type of number. Go around YouTube and take a look at the type what our competitors have. I mean, I'll mention Covers. Go look at how many subscribers Covers has to their channel. 50,000 is unbelievable. And a lot has to do with the help that we get from the guys that log on to Puck Time and First Pitch and our NBA show. We really, really feel like this is one big family. Carm, I know Dave doesn't really spend much time looking at the chat, but I mean, like,
I
can't see it on. I can't see it on,
yeah. So
on
if
my
you move your computer,
it's extremely
move your computer
active.
to where your right eye can see it. Maybe that'll help. Cha-ching.
No, it doesn't
Dave,
show
I'm
up on
just
here.
kidding around.
Sorry.
But Carm, doesn't it make you feel good, like just seeing these guys' names, Richie Rich, Paul Lopez, all these guys we know? I mean, I feel like I know them.
Yeah, well, it's great to have Richie Rich in today. He doesn't have one meeting with the oil guys today, so that's a good thing. And yeah, but but no, the chat is active. Guys are talking about their plays, or they're asking us questions, so it's always great. It's those guys that sort of feed us and keep us going, right? Or else we'd end up with like a 20-minute video. But once we get into it and these guys keep going at it, 20 minutes becomes 40, and we have a good time doing
Matt
this.
Lawrence has a question. Maybe you can advise him. He'd like to know how he could stay productive at work while gambling on sports at the same time.
It depends what the work is. I mean, if you're a brain surgeon, I would suggest putting the gambling on hold while you're doing your work.
If you're sitting at a gas station, I think you could probably juggle the two.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the job is. It's tough to analyze that question without knowing what the job is.
He's just kidding around anyway. Okay, boys, let's get to the next game. Yep.
Well, I mean, actually, the smartest move: take a sick day. Stay home and watch the games.
NBA starts.
I mean, what's better than the NHL playoffs?
NBA.
Huh?
I mean, the next 2-3 weeks, month is going to just be unbelievable fun. Fingers crossed still that the NFL comes back.
I have to tell you something, and this is a confession. I'm not a basketball fan.
hate it.
NBA. I'm just. I've been doing daily radio going back to 1987, and I gave that up. At the start of this pandemic, I said, you know what? This is a perfect time to get rid of this. I'm 67. I don't need to be doing everything. And I had to follow the NBA to some extent because it's something we talked about on a pretty regular basis. I haven't watched 1 minute of the NBA, and I don't know that I ever will again. That's not a knock on anybody who loves the NBA. Believe me, it's a great game. But I like to focus on one sport, and the NHL takes precedence over the NBA for me. So I couldn't tell you a thing about what's happening in the NBA right now. And I suspect it's going to stay that way. And of course, obviously, I do not sell NBA plays at WagerTalk or anyplace else.
He's Dave Koken. I can listen to him talk forever. I'm with you though, Dave. I do sell NBA plays, but really, I hate that sport. I
don't hate it. I prefer the NHL.
I don't like basketball at all. I mean, it is my least favorite sport to watch. I struggle to get through the games. Hey, Connor, thanks, brother. He loves my play. So I guess he went and bought the 5%. And yeah, one of you guys wrote Paul Lopez, any $9 plays today. Dude, my play, 5%.
They're all $9.
They're all
$9, and I have a 5% play. I did want to make mention of something, but I forgot.
I like the Clippers today,
Jordan,
-6?
No.
Oh, okay.
Jordan wants to know how to find the regulation line in Bet365. So, Jordan, hit on hockey, and then you'll see in the top left, you'll see NHL. So you hit on hockey, and then below that, you see game lines and three-way. Like all men, click three-way, and under three-way, you will find your regulation games. A lot of the books have those regulation plays named differently. Some have it called regulation. Some have it called three-way. Some have it called two-way with something or other. The bottom line is you're looking at on Bet365, look for where it says 3-way. Okay, boys, Boston, Carolina. Carolina needs to win this game, plus 110, over and under 5. Obviously, Tuukka Rask ain't around. He thinks his family is more important than his team. Okay, that's me being a sarcastic asshole.
It is.
His family is more important than his team.
I don't know what his situation is. So
nor I, but they did say his whole family is healthy. But look, I mean, to each his own, right? I'm not going to sit here and judge these guys. Anyway, I like Carolina here, Dave. I think they're going to bounce back. I think this series is going to 7. You're getting a small amount of money on this play, plus 110. I really like Carolina today.
I don't know what Pasternak's status is for the game, and that is enormous because Boston gets so much of their production out of that first line. And I've mentioned this before. I think when you factor in both ends of the ice, I think it's the best first line in the league. But you take Pasternak out of the mix, and it's just not the same. And the Bruins don't have a lot of balance. So as of now, I'll try and find out when I'm done with this. I don't think I'm going to bet the game, so it doesn't. In fact, I know I'm not going to bet the game, so it really doesn't matter. And that's the. But I've got all day to find out if he's playing. So if I change my mind, I'll get involved later. If he's not playing, I might have to take a shot with Carolina.
Carmine Bianco.
Yeah, this and we got a question just a little while ago, and it fits perfectly for this game. Rob Braley, who's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet, Prez, and you know because you've met him.
Yep.
He asks about any first period plays, and I like one here. I like Carolina because I think they're gonna come out strong. I think they're gonna win this game. And these were the two series where I thought, if you love that zigzag theory, I thought the Calgary Dallas game. Sorry about that one yesterday, Dave, but I thought that series would be a zigzag, and I thought this series would be one of those zigzags, and it has been so far. So whether you're zigging or you're zagging, it's Carolina today. As far as the whole Tuukka Rask thing, the minute the guy said during that press conference when they lost that game, it feels like an exhibition game out there. There's no noise, there's no fans. We play this for the fans. I think that sent the wrong message to not only his organization, not only his teammates, but to the fans. And you start to question whether the guy's heart is 100% in it. And these are the playoffs. And Boston is a team where their players, the cohesiveness is there. So while they allowed him to opt out, I actually think that they probably pulled him in, or he got pulled in, and they discussed this with him, and they let him go. That's I think they put a public a publicity spin on it, but I have to believe this. That's not what you want to say during the playoffs. I think the better. So Carolina, obviously, first period at even money on the two-way money line is the play for me. The better question I loved, just to go off on a bit of a tangent, was they asked Markstrom yesterday. I saw it this morning on the thing. Someone asked him, can you give me your thoughts on the game-winning goal by St. Louis? You know what he says? The guy grabbed the puck, he skated in, and he scored.
He's definitely got a career doing.
Why would you ask a goalie who just gave up the game-winning goal in overtime? Can you tell me what your thoughts were on that goal? Explain the goal to me. It's the stupidest question. Some of these guys are just idiots.
These reporters ask the same question anyway. Let's put it to you this way. If those reporters were any good, they would be on WagerTalk. Right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, we have the best video guys on the planet. And Dave Koken leads the way. 71 likes, 2 dislikes. What the hell? Who are you people? Why
that was me.
Dislike the show.
Sorry, I disliked my own last comment, so let me change that.
What do you think the score is going to be in this Carolina game, Dave? I mean, the total is 5. You think
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Pasternak's playing.
Hey, he's huge.
I can't give you an answer without knowing his status.
Yeah.
They're a different team without him.
Yeah.
I'll go.
I agree. Go ahead.
I'll go with 3-1 Canes, but it was reported last night that that Pastrnak was probably going to return for the Bruins in Game 4. So, but without knowing it 100%, and Cassidy said 50-50 on him coming back for Game 4. So,
which tells us nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is one
literally a game time decision.
The game's not till 5:00. Maybe we'll get some information by then. But the one negative of this bubble, and just the situation as opposed to what we see in the regular season, and what we've always seen in the playoffs, is the information is not as easy to get. It just isn't.
Yeah, Dave, wouldn't you think the fact that the Bruins are up 2-1 in this series, as opposed to being down 2-1 in the series, that you give Pastrnak
to get another day off? Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not there, and I have no idea. I have no idea, and I don't have any way of getting that information. If it was the regular season, especially being Boston, I might be able to find out something. They're not in Boston, so my connections there are of no use.
Hey, guys. Okay, well, let's get to the next game. I just want to welcome some more people. Trevino, nice to see you. Mixed by Post, wonderful. Alex Hart, Johnny K. Abel, brother, hope you're well, my friend. G8 pass. Brian Watson, he asks if anybody likes my 5% play. Don't reveal it, but what do you think? Okay, well, just to give you perspective, Dave likes my play. Carm likes my play. 2 people have already purchased it and put in the group that they like my play. Plus, it's $9. That's a double, triple latte, cappuccino, mocha with 6 sugars and origami milk from Starbucks. That's what $9 gets you. Let's go, boys.
$9 won't get you a cup of water at Starbucks.
I just want to, by the way, when I said we had 2 dislikes, 2 thumbs down, we literally picked up our third. Guys, we got one more game, but before we get into that, I want to tell everybody something. Vivian and I watched a movie this weekend. It's the 3rd time I've watched this movie, the 3rd time. And it is without question the greatest sports movie of all time. I understand there's many people, Caddyshack, Slapshot, Hoosiers, Field of Dreams, Major League, if you want the comedy component. Any Given Sunday, Coach Carter, Hurricane. There are a million incredible sports movies that sit at the top of everybody's list. However, the greatest sports movie of all time is Warrior. Nick Nolte as the dad, Tom Hardy and Joel Egerton as the sons. That movie is an absolute masterpiece. It is a top 10 movie of all time. Nick Nolte lays down a generational performance. Make sure that Friday Night Lights is great. Remember the Titans is great. None of them are better than Warrior.
I haven't watched it yet, and I hate to interrupt you, but I was actually going to say it before Eric Chung in the chat piped in. I love Remember the Titans.
I love
I've seen that 4 or 5 times at the very least.
It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, Denzel.
Nobody mentioned Cinderella Man.
Michael BH mentioned Cinderella Man, and I think all of these movies are phenomenal.
I have never seen Warrior.
Dave, Warrior is unlike any sports movie. It's
what sport is it?
MMA, but it's not about the MMA. This is a movie about redemption and about family. It is a drama. There are very few sport movies that are dramas. This is a high-level movie.
That's part of the component of most of sports movies, unless they're comedies, is the drama.
I understand that, but most are more action-y, and most are, like, this movie is a very high-level movie. I mean, Nick Nolte got nominated for an Oscar. How many sports movies get their actor nominated for an Oscar?
8. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I just made
Matthew,
that up.
I loved Moneyball too. Yeah, Tom Hardy, Matt. Tom Hardy just killed it in that role.
See,
Oh my
I'm an
God.
old guy, Prez. I'm an old guy, and it we're okay. We love sports, but if you love the watching something with action, just seeing people who are absolute degenerates. There's two old ones, and Dave has probably seen at least one of them. One is Let It Ride with
Oh, that
Richard
was a
Dreyfuss.
good
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Yep.
It's absolutely hilarious to see these guys at the racetrack just gambling
Mush.
it up.
The
But
mush.
then there's one, yeah. Then there's one based on a true story from Toronto here, which is Owen Mahoney.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
With
Based on a true, yeah,
Philip Seymour Hoffman, who was just a brilliant actor who was completely screwed up in his personal life, unfortunately.
yeah. And this was based on a guy who literally, from the bank of CIBC here, Canadian Bank of Canada, he literally, as a manager,
That's not what CIBC stands for.
Canadian International Bank of Canada, or Canadian Imperial Bank of Canada.
Ahead.
Sorry. Anyways, regardless,
That's not.
he
You're
literally,
like, oh my God.
whatever.
Okay, go on.
Shut it. Anyways, he literally defrauded his bank by writing himself loans, or fake loans, to the point of $10 million, which he traveled to Atlantic City, and he was just gambling. And with his bookie here, this is what he'd do. He'd call his bookie and say, "Give me all the home teams in the NHL for 500. Give me all the away teams in the NBA for 500." He didn't care. He just wanted action. Can you imagine that?
I think there are many that can.
Oh yeah, sure. When I was back in my bookmaking days, I had guys who they would literally bet every game that was on TV. We didn't have every game on TV back then.
Lucky for them.
Obviously, things were a little bit different. But I mean, if it was on TV, they were betting.
Chris N writes Miracle. Miracle is my second favorite sports movie of all time. And Molitsanti writes The Warriors. Remember that movie? Warriors, come out and play. That movie is 40 years old.
The original. No, the original is. It was remade.
Yeah. Oh, it was?
The remake was not as good.
I love with Coney Island and all that. Oh, that was such a great movie. Anyway, let's get to it, boys. We have 6 thumbs down. Unbelievable.
Well, that was probably off.
Yeah, they didn't want to hear movie talk. But listen, this show does more than just inform people on who to bet, and I really think people appreciate my suggestions. Watch Warrior, not Warriors, Warrior. With Nick Nolte, Tom Hardy, and Joel Egerton, an absolute freaking masterpiece.
Now we have to focus on the hockey the rest of the way because I got to do, and I can't be here for an hour.
Yes, St. Louis minus 130 off of a big overtime win last night. Right back in the series, over and under 5.5. Dave, do you think St. Louis is going to get going now?
I don't know. And now we've got an interesting decision to be made on the part of both coaches because that was a long game last night with a lot of rubber fired at both goalies. Jake Allen was very good for the Blues. Do you stay with Allen and play him in back-to-backs and keep Binnington on the bench? Or do you put Binnington, who's, been your guy, but just isn't playing well right now and has not been good at all in this postseason? That is a tough decision. And I don't know what Berube's going to do. My sense is I think he's going to come back with Allen. Vancouver is just going to ride Markstrom. Even though it's 2 games in 2 nights, and I don't know how many saves he had last night, but it was a lot. I think they're just going to ride Markstrom. I have no idea what to think. I can't. I know a lot of people are saying that, well, there's the game that flips the switch on for the Blues. I'm just not so sure. They're having a lot of problems matching up with Vancouver in this series. I thought if you, without knowing the score last night, if you just watched the game and judged without knowing the final score, which team controlled things, I think it was more Vancouver. And I think it's been Vancouver really in all 3 games in the series. So my sense is that the price is not where it should be on the game. I think it's a pick'em game. It should be a pick'em game. And, and the Blues are in that, I'll check the latest line, but the Blues are, minus 125, minus 130, minus 135. just value, I would take Vancouver. I think they've been the better team. I think we're seeing a future NHL powerhouse mature before our eyes.
Man, Bo Horvat, wow. And his goal yesterday, just spectacular. I agree with you, Dave. The Canucks are the play. Carm, what do you like?
I didn't say that. I just said I think there's a little value on Vancouver. That does not mean I think it's
fair
the play.
Enough. Carm?
Yeah, I'm that guy Dave was just talking about that thinks that the St. Louis Blues, that win could have flipped a switch for them. Listen, that's their first win of the playoffs because they lost all their placement games. Sometimes that little bit of confidence. Had they gone down 3-0, they were toast. They were done. Done. At 2-1, they're probably feeling a lot better about themselves. But this is going to be their toughest game. I honestly believe Game 4 will be their toughest game because they've got. This is again. I hate to use that overused phrase. A must-win game for them. They can't go down 3-1 because then they're toast again. As much as I'd love to see Allen in there, I have a feeling they're going to go back to Binnington. They got to win. They gave Binnington a bit of a breather to watch it from the bench as opposed to between the pipes where he wasn't getting any support at all. But as he wasn't playing well either.
If they do that, then I will bet Vancouver.
Yeah, you will bet Vancouver.
Yeah, guys in a slump. Slump is a slump, and.
It's not a Carter Hutton slump, but yeah, I do get it. It is a slump.
Right. Carter Hutton, who we made a lot of money going against every time he got in goal, it was like L.
Bet against.
Yeah, he's fighting the puck.
Yeah.
And he's let in some bad goals. I I'm just watching it. I don't have much confidence in Binnington right now. Goalies are weird. I mean, they're like relief pitchers in baseball. When they go bad, they can go really bad.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed, at least through the first couple of periods, is that the Blues did a pretty good job of limiting that speed through the neutral zone that Vancouver has. Yep. They just seem to pick up that speed. That seemed to work for them. That second goal from Vancouver came off a complete miscue where it was a Three Stooges defensive play where they banged into each other, or they go into the third period up 2-1 and they're a good team at holding a lead, but at 2-2 it was a completely different beast. But they won the game in overtime. I think the price is about 120, 125, and I wouldn't want to lay more than that. I can tell you that much, Dave, because like you said, it's a pick'em game. But I'm going to go with the Blues today.
Guys, that's the show. Brian Watson, there is an NBA show on today. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern. Raps start today, their playoff run to defend the North. Viral Video said, just let them speak, Prez. What the hell? Did you guys feel like I literally I was quiet the whole damn time.
No, I like it when you talk because it gives me an opportunity to
have a nap,
to do other things. If you see me leaning over to the right, I'm checking out notes. Actually, on baseball. The baseball show, by the way, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. We will go through the entire schedule, and baseball it's been good. Knock on wood.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm on an 18-4 baseball run, Dave. 18 wins, 4 losses. I've never been more in the zone about baseball. I've won my last 2 games to boot. Yeah, dude. Kill it on that baseball show. I'm going to be sending you guys a promo for me. I'm going to do it in 2 minutes. Love you all. Make sure to buy my 5% NHL play tonight. You guys are incredible. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same crew, me, Carmine, and Dave Koken, 11 a.m. Eastern. I hope the puck bounces in the right direction for everybody today. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and night. And thank you for your loyalty and patronage. Be well, everybody.